We need to talk about ARC Raiders. And no, I'm not talking about the shiny trailers or the retro future aesthetic that every hipster indie dev has been copying since 2022. I'm talking about the plumbing, the absolute spaghetti code nightmare that Embark Studios is trying to sell us as the future of matchmaking. And the scary part is, I think they might actually be onto something. Or it's going to be a disaster. There is no in-between with this stuff. We are diving into the abyss of aggression-based matchmaking. This is the insider dossier, and frankly, it reads like a psychology experiment gone wrong. Embark, who are operating with like 100 devs, but putting out work that makes Activision look like a sleepy sloth, they aren't doing your grandpa's skill-based matchmaking. You know the drill in Call of Duty, right? You have one good game, you drop a 2.0 KD, and suddenly the algorithm thinks you're an esports pro and throws you into a lobby with guys snorting G Fuel who haven't touched grass since the pandemic. It's miserable. It's punishment for success. ARC Raiders is trying to pivot. They've got this three-tiered onion of despair. Layer 1 is the boring stuff. Technical proficiency. Can you aim? Do you extract? Fine, whatever. Layer 2 is where it gets interesting. Group logic. If you're a solo player, you aren't getting fed to a 3-stack of sweats communicating via Neuralink unless you ask for it. They are actually trying to separate the pre-mades from the Lonely Hearts Club. That alone is hopium, pure, uncut hopium. But layer 3? The behavioral filter. This is the Matrix, man. Patrick Söderlund comes out and says they are tracking your intent, not just your stats, your soul. They're separating the looters from griefers. Think about that for a second. The game is watching you. It's deciding, is this guy trying to play the objective, or is he just here to ruin someone's Tuesday night? If you're a griefer, if your only joy in life is making someone else uninstall, the game puts you in the Psychopath Cage. You only play against other griefers. It's genius. It's literally let them fight. You want to be toxic? Fine. Here's a lobby full of people just as toxic as you. Have fun in hell. But how does it know? How does the machine know you're a scumbag? We got the dossier on the metrics, and it is invasive. First, selective damage ratios. Imagine this. You're in a match, there's a giant robotic spider stomping around, a massive PvE threat. If you ignore the giant robot and instead focus your fire on some poor dude trying to sneak past with a heavy backpack, the algorithm takes notes. It goes, okay, this guy doesn't care about the mission, he cares about blood. Then there's the scavenger tax. This is hilarious. If you loot a dead player, you get 500 points. Big reward, right? But the second you touch that body, you are tagged as a player hunter. The game marks you. You wanted the loot? Now you have the target on your back. It's risk-reward, but it's also a personality test. Are you greedy enough to risk being flagged by the system? And my personal favorite, seal clubbing logic. Snipe a guy from 300 meters away before he even knows you exist. The game sees that. It says, okay, buddy, you like clicking heads from the next zip code? Cool, you're going to the sweaty lobbies. It actively punishes you for being a rat. I mean, my brother in Christ, if you are sitting in a bush for 40 minutes waiting for one kill, you deserve to be put in a lobby where everyone else is doing the exact same thing. Just 12 guys in 12 different bushes waiting for the heat death of the universe. They're even listening to proximity chat. If you emote, if you talk, if you act friendly, you stay in the tactical pool. You act like a human being, you get treated like one. You scream slurs and shoot everything that moves, you go to the shadow realm. Now, you might be thinking, but dude, what if I have a bad day? What if I just want to rage for a few matches? Am I banned from fun forever? Apparently not. There's a redemption arc. I'm not making this up. It's Catholic confession for gamers. If you are in the sweaty, toxic queue, you can get out. You have to play 8 to 10 matches without starting a fight. You have to be a pacifist. You have to keep your head down, do the objective, and not shoot the guy waving at you. Can you imagine the tension? You're a reformed sweatlord. You're on match number 9 of your redemption tour. You have the loot, you see a guy, your finger is twitching, you want to beam him. But if you do, you're back in the cage. That is surprisingly deep psychological horror. It's Clockwork Orange for the Apex Legends crowd. But let's be real. Is this actually going to work, or is it just going to be easily exploited? Because gamers are like water, they find the crack in the wall. People will figure out exactly how much damage they can do to a player without triggering the aggression tag. They'll min-max being an asshole. Oh, I can shoot him once in the leg, but if I kill him, I'm flagged, so I'll just cripple him and let the bots finish him off. You know it's coming. The griefing meta will just evolve. So, what's the verdict? Embark is trying to social engineer us. They're trying to fix the sweat meta, not by nerfing movement or making guns shoot marshmallows, but by segregating the population based on vibes. It's bold, it's ambitious, and it's incredibly risky. The Nemesis system rumors are the cherry on the top. The idea that the game tells you, hey, remember that guy who clapped you 3 raids ago? He's in the building across the street. Dude, that isn't a shooter anymore. That's a narrative generator. That's algorithmic revenge. But, and this is a massive but, this relies on the tech actually working. If the AI flags you as a griefer because you panicked and shot a guy who startled you, you're gonna rage quit. If the trading zones just become camping spots for snipers who figured out the blind spots in the aggression logic, the game dies in a month. We're seeing a studio try to solve human nature with code. And usually, human nature wins. But I'm ready to be hurt again. I'm ready to drop my $40 and see if I end up in the Psychopath Cage or the tactical Promised Land. If you want to see me lose my mind trying to extract in other broken games, or if you just want to support the channel so I can afford a new CPU when this game inevitably melts mine, hit that sub button. It literally costs you nothing. But listen, you think Embark is the only one cooking? Oh no. If you want to know a little more about the next big extract shooter arriving this March, which promises to dethrone ARC Raiders, look right here. See why Bungie might have created one of the most creative and completely broken mechanics in extract shooter history.